counter and ringwood, bellman and true, from a fine to a check, from a check to a view, from a view to a death in the morning. For the sound of his horn brought me from my bed, and the cry of his hounds which he oft times led. Peel's view halloo would awaken the dead, or the fox from his lair in the morning. Then here's to John Peel from my heart and soul. Let's drink to his health, let's finish the bowl. We'll follow John Peel through fair and through foul, if we want a good hunt in the morning. For the sound of his horn brought me from my bed, and the cry of his hounds which he oft times led. Peel's view halloo would awaken the dead, or the fox from his lair in the morning. Do you ken John Peel with his coat so grey? He lived at Troutbeck once on a day. Now he has gone far, far, far away. We shall ne'er hear his voice in the morning. For the sound of his horn brought me from my bed, and the cry of his hounds which he oft times led. Peel's view halloo would awaken the dead, or the fox from his lair in the morning. John Peel's view halloo would awaken the dead, or the fox from his lair in the morning.
And it keeps giving me performance issues, and I'm like, motherfucker, I know.
Okay,
I don't
so
have
the
internet
performance
issues.
issue thing, I'm not sure what that's about, but I get it too, and it's not my computer. I don't know what it is.
Yeah, well, mine, if you click on it, it'll tell you what your issue is, or mine did. Mine told me it
Mine
was my
tells me
internet.
it's
I'm
a
like,
video rendering issue, which is bullshit. Because I
right,
pull up
mine
my
tells me it's an
taskbar,
internet issue,
like,
which is
I'll do it
bullshit.
right now. Good evening, Jeff. Like, nobody's fucking cameras are, oh, I took you guys all off the fucking stream. Let me click the right buttons. It's been a minute since I've done this.
Put us back. Thank you.
Shaggy is not showing up. Give me a second.
Sure. If I need to reconnect, let me know.
I see you on the one thing, but I don't see you on the other thing. So give me a second.
Do you want me to reconnect?
Nope. Copy guest slot link 2.
God damn it, it helps I unmute. Her square is gray, not black, so it's like it's...
Oh, interesting. I have you in the wrong slot. That's my problem.
Oh, well, that makes a lot of sense there, sir.
All right, I fucked this all up now. Let's see.
That's why.
Okay, so I have you in the right spot there. There we go. I got you on there twice now. Did you figure out what was causing it?
You talking to me?
Yeah.
No, I'm trying to get logged back into Roll20.
Oh, okay.
For some reason, I apparently can't remember my damn password.
Try 1, 2, 3, 4.
You're so funny.
Who are we kidding? It's probably just his name anyway.
It probably is his name.
Mushu!
There we go. Good grief. Wish this thing quit logging me out.
Yeah, that annoys me. Manny, what's going on, man? Jeff, good evening. We are trying to get all of our stuff set up. I may have inadvertently fucked up Wabbit's camera, so I'll have to fix that. So I'm gonna rename these right now so that doesn't happen again. Because I have him set as camera, and I never remember which one is which. Okay. Okay. You're going to be in my neck of the woods next weekend? Uh-oh. Y'all better watch out.
I'm really surprised.
What happened?
I figured some people would have come into our TC.
No one's there?
Nobody has shown up.
I thought I had this in a different spot. Hi, Angel. It was stressful. We'll go with that. There we go. All right, and I need need this over here. Perfect. Perfect. All right. So it has been a couple of weeks since we all have been together. I was in California last week. My niece was graduating from high school. I'll be honest with you. I would have rather have stayed home and just sent my niece some money and been like, holla at your uncle if you need some more. But that's not how that went down. So I went to my mom and dad's house. Small can attest. I called him. No, I messaged him and he was like, how's your trip? And I was like, I will have to tell you about this when I get home. And he was like, oh, that bad, huh?
I did indeed have that conversation.
So, yeah. My sister-in-law is getting married, so I'll be there for the weekend. Your sister-in-law is getting married? Isn't your sister-in-law married to your brother or your sister? Just asking for a friend. I'm a little confuzzled. No, my wife's sister. Oh, that makes more sense now. That makes way more sense. Okay. It's been a minute. Really quickly, I messed with these. I want to know if they're better.
Test. Is that better or no? Hello? Cookie,
What?
is that better? Do you understand me
What
now?
do you want, Sir Demon, sir?
Okay, you can understand me though?
Yes.
No. Ish,
Kinda,
sort of.
not
And then
really.
how about now? Is that better? Somebody say something.
All right. Were those easier to understand or no?
I only heard the demon one. Was there another one after that?
Yeah, I thought that I hit the squirrel one, but maybe I didn't. Maybe the squirrel is 4 and not 6.
I think you were talking to yourself.
Oh, all right. Well, let's check this out then. Profile squirrel.
How about now? Is that more better?
Yeah, that's definitely much easier to understand.
Okay.
Yeah, that's a lot better.
And then here's the devil, a little easier to understand.
Yes.
Yeah, not terrible.
All right. Alrighty then. Okay, let me close that down. So the night passed peacefully, allowing our adventurers to rejuvenate for the challenges ahead. Upon awakening, Ruckus went to retrieve his freshly sharpened blades from Dee, paying 5 gold pieces and learning about fierce attacks on other caravans. Meanwhile, Azurix roamed the town, vigilant for any threats, while Faenala took time to recover from the fatigue induced by her visions. Magnus dedicated his morning to studying the map and cipher, punctuating his efforts with worship of his goddess. I need to actually switch and make sure that I can see this because he is here. Copy guest slot. There we go. Bob. Oh, Ashes in beta.
Are they?
Yeah, according to Formonti, they are.
I'm trying. Oh, that's because I have Wabbit turned off. I forgot about that. There we go. All right. As they made their way to the caravan, the party encountered Pip, who reiterated the warnings about the recent caravan attacks. Arriving at noon, they found Don more anxious than ever. Ruckus, I couldn't do it right, and now Port too. Arriving at noon, they found Don more anxious than ever. Ruckus couldn't resist having a bit of fun by startling him, only to receive a reprimand from a woman named Leora. Don shared news of a mysterious large man in full plate mail who'd been defending other caravans, matching the description of someone mentioned at Dee's shop. Is that one of you guys rolling? The port player's just trying to do Q trials. Boy, he picked a shitty time to do Q trials. Leora, known by name, bonded with Faenala over their shared druidic background, almost fangirling over the diversity and capabilities of the party. Ruckus took the opportunity to probe Azurix about his ambitions and family. What?
That's not how I wrote that.
Sensing there was more behind his simple responses, as the caravan prepared to depart, Ruckus assisted the somewhat stoned Don into a vehicle before taking his position at the front. The journey began smoothly with Ruckus and Azurix taking the first guard shift. Despite noticing Azurix's distracted demeanor, Ruckus refrained from pressing him for questions. Meanwhile, inside the caravan, Faenala and Leora explored Leora's bag, sharing a lighthearted moment. Suddenly, an arrow embedded itself near the driver, signaling the start of an ambush. Somewhat stoned, he was tasting the flavors. Combat erupted as 6 assailants attacked the caravan. All the initial attacks missed, but the battle soon intensified. Ruckus sustained a significant hit, but remained standing thanks to his orcish resilience. Bunch of fucking bullshit! Magnus healed him just in time for another hit. Faenala incinerated a shadow elf with a powerful spell, and Magnus's well-aimed shot took out a cursed wraith. Azurix climbed a cliffside to assist Ruckus, delivering a powerful blow to a shadow elf, and Ruckus finished the fighting by slashing the final Dreadstalker. The party captured 216 gold pieces, 54 each, a bloodstone, a sardonyx, a citron, and an onyx, earning 75 XP as well. Enough to level up. Leora patched up the party as a thank you for the protection. As they resumed their journey, they discussed their circumstances, eventually arriving at the campsite for the night. Leora prepared dinner for everyone, but their evening by the campfire was disrupted by a chilling wind that set them on edge. Investigating the disturbance, they were ambushed again. A horrific scream from the woods instilled fear in the party. During the chaos, an enemy aimed at Ruckus, but accidentally hit his own teammate. Oops. In a brave act, Leora jumped in front of Faenala, saving her life, but possibly sacrificing her own. Stay tuned. The cold wind carried an eerie silence that made the hairs on the neck stand up. The forest around them seemed to close in, and shadows lengthening and darkening. The scream that shattered the silence was otherworldly, a banshee-like wail that stuck fear into the hearts of even the bravest men. The party quickly readied themselves for combat, but the fear was palpable. In the midst of the fight, I already read all that, right?
I feel like you skipped over that, but it was supposed to be earlier.
I missed that. That was supposed to be there. Yep. All right. Leora's sacrifice galvanized the party with renewed vigor. They pressed the attack. Azurix, with a mighty swing, took down the embrace of Blackbriar, a fearsome opponent whose presence had loomed larger over the battle. Magnus, calling upon his divine connection, cast a powerful healing spell that reinvigorated his companions and maybe an enemy, but turned the tide. The remaining enemies, seeing their leader fall and feeling the resurgence of the adventurer's strength, were swiftly defeated. As the fire cackled and the stars emerged in the night, the party gathered around Leora, who, though wounded, smiled with relief and gratitude. They shared their stories and hopes and fears, finding solace in the company. Now it's time to journey onward. All right. So, we are at the point where Leora is downed. There was massive chaos that happened, right? You guys were sitting down, everybody was eating, there was this whole process, the battle happened, and now there is like this eerie, awkward silence as like the bells have rang in your head and gone off, and now you're trying to recover from that moment, so to speak, right? Now there's the emotional impact that ties into this, obviously, which is that you have to try to figure out what happened with Leora. You may want to try to like react or interact, depending upon how you want to look at it, with her. Figure out how your character would treat this whole process of her stepping in front of the embrace of Blackbriar and absorbing that blow that was otherwise meant for Faenala. You obviously have to tend yourselves back up. And, I encourage you guys to role play this entire thing with Leora to the hilt and figure out how you're going to try to handle all this. So I will turn this over, and we will start with the party and see what you guys want to do at the edge or end of all that combat.
Well, I will go into cleric mode, and I will go over to what's her name, Lenora?
Leora.
And is she dead? I mean, she kaput.
Nope, she is alive.
Oh, she is. Oh,
She
okay.
is. She's Schrodinger's Leora. She is both dead and alive until you figure out which one she is.
Okay. I will take the what is that I got? That priestly veil, whatever that is. I found it at
The abandoned church.
yeah, that one in the church we found. That I'll just kind of lay it on her chest and kneel next to her and basically like say a prayer to Saloon to, please, bless her, and if she decides to leave this, then join her to please watch after her. Just something bushy, some bushy shit like that. And I don't know if it's worth doing. I do have the 10 to what is it, 10 to 9 or spare the dying. I don't know if it'll do anything to her.
Yeah, you can save that.
Damn.
No, it's a cantrip, so it's not like it's.
Yeah, you can save it. So she looks at you and she goes, I always thought if I had to go, it'd be like a grand fight against like a dragon or a bunch of bandits. This is kind of so cliche. I was hugged by the embrace.
You have plenty of time for fighting dragons, laddie. You need to concentrate on resting right now. I will attempt to any wounds or anything like that. I will attempt to.
Yep, she has no wounds. She looks healthy.
I'll just hold her hand and just be down on one knee with my head down to the ground, just sort of like praying to myself.
Gotcha.
That's what I'll be doing.
Anyone else?
Yeah, I'm gonna drop down to my knees and ask her if she's okay.
She looks at you and she says, Faenala, take care of them. They'll need your wisdom and your courage. Oh, and if you see a rainbow after the storm, think of me.
Oh, Leora, you're not going anywhere.
Faenala, your
look at Magnus
visions,
and be like, fix her.
they're a gift and a burden. Use them wisely. The answers you seek are closer than you think.
I'm gonna mumble underneath my breath. Oh, great. Nothing else to worry about.
Who's over there
I'm gonna
pinging?
yell out for.
Is that Smog trying to move?
I was gonna say I'm gonna yell out for Ruckus and Azurix and ask them if they're okay.
Still
Ruckus,
standing.
Azurix, you're still standing. What about you, Azurix? Are you still big and green over there?
Yeah, still big and green.
I'm gonna run over to him and run behind him and check and make sure that his tail's still intact.
Leave my tail alone.
Just checking to make sure that it's still there. Calm down.
Oh, shit.
So I am taking it that this thing is, there's no healing for that. Is that what I'm getting out of this?
Seems that way. Look, Cookie's standing up doing jumping jacks.
No, I'm dusting. I just noticed how bad it was. Fuck off. Keep RPing shit, goddammit.
We gotta loot the bodies because we didn't do that the last time.
Lady's laying in front of you dying. You're worried about looting the bodies? You just became best friends in the line to the bathroom.
Leora,
She'll live.
is there anything in your bag that can help you out?
Oh shit, I just clicked on the wrong button. I just lost all my shit. Hold on. She looks at you and she goes, in my bag, there's a journal. It has notes on my research. These things might help you. Take it. Use it. Faenala can finish what I started. Rolled a nat 1. Yeah, that's right.
I'm gonna ask Leora where her bag is.
Let's do this. Let's say that you saw it and you can get what you need from it with the pieces that you've got.
Let's see, because I was just gonna take the whole bag.
Yeah. Yeah.
In my inventory, you just want me to label it as what?
Just put journal.
Okay.
Is Leora still on the ground?
Yep.
I'm gonna go over and pick her up and try to find something more comfortable for her to be on than the ground. Is there anything around there that would be more comfortable than the ground?
Probably the tents. Over by the
Okay.
tents over there, there's beds.
I'm gonna carry her over to one of the tents and put her.
As
in
you're
bed.
walking over there, she looks at you and she says, "Promise me you'll see this through. Don't let my sacrifice be in vain.
I'll see it through.
Fight for the light, for hope, for a better tomorrow." Cookie's anti-fucking talking to anybody that's dying assassin shit is hilarious. Cookie's like over by the rock. Fuck these kids. Ruckus has got zero empathy.
Ruckus has words that would not appease anybody in this camp right now. He knows when to keep his mouth shut. And they're all smart enough not to question why I'm over here because they know they won't like Ruckus'
Right?
answer.
Oh.
But also, someone's got to stay as a sentry.
Yeah.
You're not wrong.
Yeah, I'll carry Leora into one of the tents. We'll make it the biggest tent.
Yeah, this one.
Yeah, that one.
Or that one. They're the same. Okay. So Azurix gets her over there, and she kind of gets a little comfortable. He has her lying in a cot, a bed, whatever you want to call it, inside of the tent. As Azurix puts her down, Leora just utters something that's it's kind of unintelligible. It's just words, and she reaches out, trying to hold out for Azurix's hand, but her grip weakens, and then a sigh comes over, and a rattle happens, and she closes her eyes, and there's just a faint smile left on her lips.
I'm gonna reach down and touch her hand.
She's gone.
I'm gonna look at Azurix and be like, we can't just leave her here.
No, she needs buried. Um.
Is there any flowers around here?
There are.
Let's go bury her with the flowers.
Let's go. Let's talk. Let's think something like right over here.
Okay.
I missed where that was, B.
Southeast. Just find a spot southeast. It's kind of into the forest. There's some shrubberies down there. Yeah,
Okay,
down in
I
that
see.
area down there.
Yeah, like right here.
Yeah, we don't specifically have to move too much for this. I just want you guys to kind of role play this out. As a reminder, you are not the only ones that are here. There are other people. There are other members of the caravan. Don't forget, Don Don is here. There are children. There are men and women.
Right.
Well, we are going to dig a grave within the flower area.
Okay.
I'll come down through the ashes to ashes, dust to dust.
Yep.
Yep.
Little peace be with you and also with you.
Yes.
I'll take a little piece. I mean,
Okay.
I think it's more pieces of you be with the earth.
Right.
I'm going to, if there's any, like, blankets or anything, of course, wrap her body up
Yep.
in that.
Yep. There are some blankets that can get there. A small halfling lady brought you some blankets, and with her came a little kid. And the little kid looks at you and he goes, "Mister, she saved our life."
I know.
He just kind of nuzzles up against his mom and they walk back to camp. Everybody's just somber. They're not quite sure what to do. Don Don's still stoned out of his gourd in the friggin' trailer. He's over there like Willie Nelson's tour bus driver.
Just let it be known at this point while they're burying, I'm looting the bodies. We don't have to go over loot right now, but
Yeah,
that's what
so
I'm doing while this is-
I'm gonna have to
that's what I'm
get
doing while
back
this
to
is
you.
happening.
Let me get back to you on that, because the only thing that I didn't put in my session notes when I did this, I put everything else in here except for what the actual amount of loot was.
Yeah, it's fine. Like I said.
So
it's
I know
gonna be
what
right
your
now.
XP is. I can tell you that.
I mean, yeah, sure.
It's 375 per player.
375, huh? I am not happy.
The Embrace of Blackbriar was 1100 total. But I don't know why I don't have, like, I have how much each thing is, how much they are, but I don't have I had the loot worked out and I don't know what it is now. That takes you almost to 3. Gee, it's almost like that was done on purpose.
I'll have to wait another 3 weeks to get the last 15 that
No,
we need
no.
again?
No. Maybe. It'll depend upon you guys at this point. Okay. So let's put her as being buried, and then let me pull everyone kind of back to the campfire here. We are regrouping. It is later in the evening. Obviously, it's dark because this fight happened in the dark. Do we want to have, as a group, any discussions about the significance of the sacrifice, your commitment to what you have going forward, strategies for avoiding any ambushes like this in the future, and then obviously insights or ideas on any of the stuff that's happened that you didn't get to talk about that have now kind of settled?
Definitely. We just lost Azurix in voice, but definitely.
Smog's like, let me send him a message. Look, he's like, oh shit, clicky, clicky.
Wow.
There we go.
Okay, so the question from the DM was, do we want to talk about the significance of the sacrifice that Leora made for Faenala, the commitment to the journey ahead, the strategies to avoid future ambushes possibly, and then insights and ideas about all the pieces and the parts of the things that have happened over this last period of time as you set camp for the night. Obviously, you need to try to figure out ways to make sure that you don't get ambushed overnight, so maybe a watch schedule. I'd rather be rolling dice with you than supporting the craziness at work right now. I know how that is. You know, those things. So I will bow out and I will let you all kind of discuss those things, role play, structure, and go.
Oh, very good then. So, as we regroup at camp, Ruckus walks down from the north there, takes a quick look around and says, "What'd you do with her?"
Is Smog still in? Can he answer?
I am having all kinds of technical issues.
Oh.
I'll say if he can't answer, I can.
We buried her.
Coldly and flatly. We tossed her in a ditch.
Say, you buried her?
Yes.
You knew the woman for a matter of hours, and you thought it fit to bury her on the side of the road? Did anyone ask if she had family? Did anyone ask if anyone here knows her, knows where she's from, know who would care that she's gone? You thought fit to bury her on the side of the road over asking who might know her, what she would want done? The woman may have been a fool in sacrificing herself for people she didn't know. You're the bigger fools for not caring to figure out what you should properly do with her. You put flowers around her, you say a prayer, that comforts you. What about her? What about her family? Did anyone bother to ask?
Nope.
He said, nah.
No, we didn't ask, but I have her journal, I have her bag, and we will take care of that. But we have children and women around, and her body couldn't just be left out in the elements like that.
I'm pointing and say we have a cart right there, the same one we rode in on. A cart we took to make this trip shorter. A shorter trip that her body could have survived, so it could have possibly gone back to her family or a loved one.
Look, when somebody dies, they're dead.
I know. I've taken a life, and I've never done so lately. To see one freely given and then see their body thrown to the side of the road?
They were not thrown to the side of the road. They were properly buried. They were given proper respects. If you'd like, the body's over there. Feel free to dig it up. This is not the first time I've seen death. And believe me,
the last time any of us are going to see it.
Believe me, the death that I seen didn't get a proper burial.
Ooh! Woo! We scratched an itch.
I like it. I've seen death without proper burial too.
Did you see your entire tribe killed and burnt and cut into pieces?
No, I left my tribe.
Yeah. Well, I watched my family
That's
die.
the kind of brutality they believed in.
I watched my family die because of that brutality, and I will avenge it. And Azurix walks away.
I love the chicken nuggets that are getting spread out on the McDonald's counter right now.
He's like,
Right?
I've been waiting.
And I'm gonna
9 weeks I waited for this.
I'm gonna cross my arms and look at Ruckus and be like, well, you know what? At least we were there for her in her last month over screwing around behind a rock.
So at this point, Don comes staggering out of the fucking caravan. And he walks over and he sits down and he looks at everybody and he goes, what happened? Did somebody die?
One moment, please. Roll the slap, Don. And that's a dirty 20, not a natural.
So, are you just trying to smack him upside the head here, or literally do damage?
Yes.
Okay.
Smack him upside the head. There's an unarmed strike.
So he's on the log, and Ruckus reaches out and just smacks, like backhands him, and Don goes like rolling into the tent. So Don's here, and now he's here. So he comes crawling back out of the tent. He looks at Ruckus and he goes, "What was that for?"
And I'll move back or move a step closer to him. And I'll kneel down. And in an uncharacteristically soft voice, I will explain to him what happened while he was stoned in the tent.
At which points he just sits down on the log and he just puts his hands over his face. And he just sobs. He cries. Just continues. He's beside himself. He's trying to apologize to you. He's trying to apologize to Faye. He's trying to apologize to Magnus. He's beside himself. He had no idea.
I'm gonna walk up to Don and sit down on the ground next to him and tell him that it's okay and that he didn't know, and everybody else is okay, and we need to just get it together and push forward, and we can't let this hold us back.
He nods and he says, "She was a druid. She'd want to be one with the land. What happened? Where's her body?"
Don't worry, me and the grasshopper, we buried her with the flowers.
That'll make her happy.
And I have her bag. And as soon as we can get somewhere, I'll see if I can find any information about her family and let them know where she's at.
Don's just kind of distraught. He goes, I need to check on everyone. So he just kind of gets up and now he's frazzled, right? Now the guy who was worried about rats trying to consume everything and all of these things and all of these crazy moments is centered. He's focused. He's checking on everyone that was in the caravan. He's checking on the women and children, checking on the men. He's going around and making sure that the horses aren't injured, that the caravans are up to snuff.
I didn't like him anyway.
Hi, Brian.
He wasn't right in the hat.
Everyone, quick! Trigger a fireball. Someone trigger a fireball. Yeah.
We're not in a small room. It's not worth it.
Okay. So.
As Don's walking around doing his thing, I'll look to Faye and look to Magnus. Says like, this might be the first death that we've experienced on this journey, but it is not going to be the last.
And
I may not have been there hovering over her body, but it doesn't mean I respect her sacrifice, no matter how stupid I may think it is. And I don't want to see any more of it, necessary or unnecessary.
Well, obviously,
we need to be better.
Yeah, well, and what is your plan for that there, sir?
I don't work with others.
Okay, well,
You don't work well with others, or you don't work with others?
No, I don't work with others.
Okay, I just want to make sure.
Too bad, so sad.
Fucking
I
Shaggy's
understand
character.
Combat. I understand strategy.
Oh.
But I put you all in that mix, and that's new to me.
Okay, well, you're gonna have to figure it the F out. Like, hello.
Did somebody just roll something again, or is that just me?
No, that's a message to you, sir.
Okay. I can't see anything. Where am I at?
It's in roll
There
20.
it is. I see it now. Oh, that's why. I was at the top of the screen.
Jeez Louise.
I was like, I'm not getting anything right now. Why am I hearing stuff and not seeing stuff? Thank you. So, Azurix wants everybody to know that he's sharpening his axe and pouting way at the top. I mean, brooding at the top of the screen. I'm sorry.
Brooding, get it
Pouting,
right.
brooding, it's the same.
Alright, I'm gonna look at Ruckus and be like, you stay here, figure out what's going on. Figure out how to play well with others. Because if not, more people are going to die, unfortunately. And I'm gonna go find the giant grasshopper. And I'm gonna storm off towards the direction that Azurix took off in.
Which is north.
As she walks off, I'll look down to Magnus and I'll say, apologize. When I came back, I was angry. And I feel that I may have insulted your religion in the process, and that was never my intent. I know you were doing what your beliefs entail you should do. I have beliefs of my own, it's something I understand. But in that moment, I think I let my anger get the better of me, and I didn't mean to insult your faith.
Magnus, what say you? He's like, I'm trying to figure out how to tell him I'm gonna punch him in his dick.
Exactly.
Right in the ding ding.
I'll stand on the log next to him.
We're doing another I'm standing on top of something. Here we go.
Hey, I need a fucking soapbox for my soapbox, okay? Shut the fuck up. Laddie, no one likes death. What she did was her own choice, her own sacrifice. I took no insult to your statement. I understand where you're coming from. But you have to understand, I have your back. We all have your back. We have to have each other's back. Don't think you're at this alone.
I know you do. You've proven it more than once. Not just in the way you've healed me, but the way you've treated me, and what you've done in combat. And I'm not good with my words because I'm not good with people. But
Laddie, you don't need
maybe
this
this will
more.
make it more clear. And Wab, I'm gonna send you something. open
You're
up
a
another
person-
tab and strain my CPU and put more heat in my room, but I'm gonna do it.
Now, Keith.
Ooh.
Fuck, I gotta find it.
You're a man of action, laddie. I'm a man of words. That's why we get along so good. You don't have to try to explain to me. I've been doing this a long time. It's not the first time I've seen death either. But I was in agreement with you that we should have asked the family, but it is what it is. I tried to save her. We all tried to save her.
I'm glad it worked out in the end. Don Don seems to think this is where she would be happiest, and I'm glad of that. I just don't like how it went down.
Oh, I don't like it either, laddie, but what is done is done.
Unfortunately, that's the truth.
Okay, and now we cut to these two chuckleheads up here hanging out.
And it's perfect because it gives me a chance.
That way
to
Cookie
send
can send his
Magnus
fucking
thing.
his sexting to Wabbit.
Right? Alright, I'm gonna yell out.
You should
for
have it in your
Azurix.
DMs now, Wab.
So you
Where you
yelled
at,
out,
giant grasshopper?
I'm over here. What's up, little one?
Okay. You can't eat the ogre, first of all. No matter how much you want to eat him, or smash him, or squish him like a bug. It doesn't matter.
Not him. It's me.
Why is it you?
Because I failed to protect somebody again.
Okay, but it's not just on you. It's on all of us.
No. I took too long to kill that creature. If I would have
Okay,
killed
well-
it could have never done that.
Okay, well, I couldn't hit the broadside of a cow. So we're both in the same predicament here.
Is that tree stump there,
Yeah,
B?
yeah, you can sit on it.
I was gonna say I thought he was gonna make toothpicks out of it. Like blinking and fucking man in tights.
Are you attacking the tree stump?
I attacked the tree stump.
Okay.
I look over.
With a deadly strike, Azurix attacks the tree stump and it yelps out in pain as he splits it in half.
I look at her and I say, failure is not an option. When people fail, people die.
Faenala shapeshifts into a tree and squashes the lizard.
No, I'm gonna run up to him and grab his great axe from him and be like, you got to calm down. Smashing trees is not gonna bring her back. We have to figure out how to stop this from happening again. We need a plan, and we need to go back and meet up with Ruckus and Magnus.
Did he hit hard enough that me and Cookie would hear it?
Do what?
Did he hit hard enough that me and Cookie?
Yeah,
would
no,
hear
no.
the-
That shit echoed. Birds flew.
Did you hear that, Snaggletooth?
I heard it.
You think she grabbed his tail? Maybe she grabbed more than the tail?
I don't think she's the wisest one, but I think even she knows this is not the time for that.
That was funny.
No, I'm gonna grab the Azurix's great axe and sit it down on the ground and tell him if he can behave, he can have it back, but we need to go meet up with everybody else. Because I'm not too sure that it's actually safe that we stay right here.
Well, that's a good call out of the crazy ass druid.
of thumb. Where there's one, there's more.
Just summon your army of squirrels. We'll be fine.
Let
Yeah,
them
you
come.
hush.
What'd you say,
Grab my-
Azurix?
I said, let them come. I grab my axe back and start heading back.
Okay.
Begrudgingly.
He said, I don't want to be here, but I'll go for reasons. And there we go. Yeah.
You can't make me.
Yeah. Let's shorten some of these trips. Oh my
Sure.
God. Sorry about that, Shaggy. I just made you hella wonky.
She had an enlarged spell.
Jesus.
Mistakes were made. All right. So you're around the fire. Everyone else is kind of gathered back and around the fire, and they're all just kind of taking cues from the ass kickers, right? All the children, the women, they are nestled up and they're trying to they're not trying to be in the business of doing work, but they're trying to make ease if something pops off that they don't have to go far to get behind somebody to save them.
Well, Magnus ain't saving nobody with his height, so he is not. We could pick him up and
Damn,
hold
she said
him.
you was tiny.
We just hold him.
Who wears short shorts? Oh.
I cast Sacred Flame on the log underneath Faenala.
All right. So we are back around the fire. What say you, group?
I'd say I need to refill my drink.
He said, I need more Crown and Coke.
What time of day is it?
Late evening. So
Late evening.
there will be a long rest at the conclusion of this as we start towards tomorrow's journey.
Okay.
Not a real long rest. Everyone will get a long rest, but it'll be tomorrow morning.
Okay.
Many hours later.
Gotcha. Well, I'm gonna look at Ruckus and Azurix and Magnus and be like, well, I don't know how we're gonna secure this down for the night, but I think that at least two of us to be, or somebody else needs to be on guard with me during the night.
I'll look over at Ruckus.
Oh, you were hand motioning. I was typing my notes. I was waiting for the rest of that. Was that a motion of one of us? Yes. Am I reading that right?
That's what you were reading, right?
Okay. Out of character for a second here. So here's the thing. Shaggy can do 4 hours of the night. She only requires 4 meditating for her long rest. The rest of us all require 6. So we just want to make sure that however we divide this up, everyone's getting. Shaggy gets 4, and
The dungeon master in his oh so gracious heart will not hold you to the hour content for today.
Okay.
Oh, bless his soul. If only he had one.
So if we say it's like 8 p.m.
I'm thinking
Is
more
that
like
a-
it's 10 p.m.
Okay, so 10. And if we want to leave when the sun comes up, what?
6 a.m. You got 8 hours.
Okay, that gives us exactly 8.
I heard some bullshit that B possibly has a soul. Did I miss something?
Right? No, you did.
Okay.
Somebody put it on the calendar.
No,
Hold
no,
on, wait, let me
that's
look
not what
outside
happened.
and see if
That's
those
a
things
lie.
are flying.
It's a lie. So personally, I would love to see Azurix and Ruckus start with the first shift
Okay.
so that Shaggy can start on her 4 hours for reasons.
It's funny too, because that's exactly what I was going to suggest too, because I feel like of everyone from that death, she's going to be the most distraught, and she should rest first.
Sounds
okay
good.
with that.
And I'm gonna look over at Ruckus and Azurix and be like, stay away from each other and don't kill each other, please. Behave, children.
Behave.
Yeah, I'm fine.
Okay. Alright, and I'm gonna look at Magnus and suggest that we start running everybody else into tents and give very specific instructions. Nobody leaves tents no matter what, unless one of us tells them to.
Okay.
Okay. So let's make some assumptions so as that we don't wind up doing this at like 10:45 at night.
Right?
We will usher people, places, things, stuff will happen. Everybody that needs to go to a place is in a place, at the right place, doing the right things at the right time in the right way.
Yep,
I don't
that
want to
works.
spend all night with you guys hurting a bunch of little kids, right? This is, you know,
Nope.
because we
It's
still
the same
have
to
all of
listen.
tomorrow still to do.
Yeah.
Yep. Works for me.
I got the hiccups.
Alright, so commence with Ruckus and Azurix's first part of the shift. Me, Magnus, off to bed.
Yes,
First thing I do when I hear people start snoring is I walk my way over to Ruckus.
He said everybody's trying to sleep heavy.
Ruckus,
Azurix.
I wasn't mad at you.
I was mad at you.
I know. I was mad at me too.
You shouldn't be mad at yourself for the reasons that you are.
I let them down. I have to get better.
For those of you guys who are just catching this for the first time, you have to remember that Azurix's character is quite young. So there is a distinct disparity kind of between the two of these characters. Even though Smog's old as fuck and Cookie's like 11.
Yeah, fuck you. Sorry, mommy was texting me. I forgot my response because B talked.
I told you
What was
I
the
had
last
to
thing you
get
said?
better. I had to get better.
I have to get better.
Oh. No,
You told us Xerxes
Put my-
sucks as a tank.
put my hand on his shoulder. I'll look at him. It's like 3 swings. You took down that monster in 3 swings.
I needed to do it in 2.
I don't like needless death either, but you hold yourself to too high of a standard. No one else here could have done that. I could not have done that. 3 swings to kill that beast. You need to be a little easier on yourself. I know we lost one, but you've saved dozens of others through your actions today. And the time it took you to take down that monster The rest of us were scrambling to take down peons, insignificant little minions. Everyone around here looks at this group like we saved lives today. You saved lives today. We just didn't save them all.
Grab Ruckus. I grab Ruckus. I pull him in and give him a hug.
Oh, that's not weird at all.
Thank you.
Let's go.
I'm only hugging you back with one arm.
Well, that's good because I only pulled you in with one
They
arm.
both back up and look at each
weird.
other to
It's
make
less
sure nobody
weird
else
now.
seen it. It was like the Kaneki and friggin' Zuko thing at the friggin' race.
Yeah.
That wasn't his arm.
All right. 4 hours has gone by and we're switching watches.
Yeah.
Faenala and Magnus, you're up. Look, Shaggy's like, oh shit!
Okay, I'm gonna wake up and go out and ask Ruckus and Azurix if anything happened.
Nope, nothing happened here.
Nothing at all.
Okay.
It's not weird.
so
It's
actually
not weird at all.
weird, but, okay.
I didn't see a fucking perception roll now,
listen.
did I?
Nope, I didn't see it either.
Nope, I'm saving my rolls because I have a feeling I'm gonna need it.
Oh, that was great.
And I'm gonna look over at Magnus and be like, "Welp, you ready for our shift?"
He's snoring, by the way.
You gotta wake the dwarf up.
Okay. I'm going to walk over and I'm going to stick my head in the tent and I'm going to yell, Magnus, yo! Hello?
Oh,
Hello?
Hmm?
It's our turn. Wake up,
Breakfast.
Sleeping Beauty.
breakfast.
No amount of sleep's gonna make you grow any. Let's go.
Of course, I get stuck with the tree hugger.
She's nicer than me. I'd have plugged his nose.
I was stuck hand in the bowl of water.
All right, come on, Magnus, let's go. I'm gonna turn back around and walk over to Ruckus and Azurix and be like, all right, bedtime for you two.
All right. Exit stage right even
Gladly.
for the two boys, and now it's Magnus and Faenala sitting out there by the fire. You guys gonna sit there for 4 hours quiet, not talking?
No.
Or she's
So-
gonna talk.
He said, of course she's not.
I'm gonna push you backwards off that little log you're sitting on, buddy. Let your little feet dangle in the air. Help me, I've fallen and I can't get up.
You be careful there, lads. I'll just set this tree on fire over here.
That's fine. Go ahead.
Oh, I'm sure you'd love to see that. You're gonna lose your shit.
It's okay. Just remember, you sleep, I meditate.
Oh, is that what you call it?
Mm-hmm.
Like you're smoking too much of that wacky tobacco you're growing.
Yeah, well. Keeps me from, pushing, tiny people into holes and leaving them there.
So do you guys want to talk at all about Leora? Do you want to talk about the visions? Do you want to talk about the map? Any of that stuff?
Has Magnus, I don't remember, has Magnus seen the map, like, actually?
Magnus studied the
seen-
map. That was the last thing he did.
Okay. Because I can't remember
In
who
fact,
had it
Magnus
last.
is
If it was
actually
Magnus
in
or
possession
Ruckus.
of the map right now.
That's correct. He
Okay.
actually has the map, which is why I'm asking that question.
Okay. So, have you figured out anything about that map there, Magnus?
Kill them all? Yeah. How bother? So, Cookie, did you talk to Wabbit about where we were at with the disclosure on the map yet or no?
I told him the rules I was using.
Perfect. And we're going to stick with those rules then, because they're the same ones we agreed to.
Yep. Now, he did, in our little time skip before leaving, have a cumulative 10 hours of character time of studying the map.
Correct. So he may have a new function component come out of it or nothing new and be like, yep, I confirmed everything that came out of it.
Yep, exactly.
Correct. That's where I'm at with this. I just wanted to make sure we were on the same page before we started diving down that rabbit hole.
Yeah, that's kind of basically where I'm going to say that I'm at, because I haven't had time to look at any of our notes or anything for the past couple weeks.
Perfect. So we are right where we are then.
Yes.
Okay. So then, knowing what we know now, and having had these pieces and these parts, do you guys want to have any conversations about any of those pieces before we time skip to 6 a.m.?
I mean, if he's got no new information, then no.
No, I honestly, truly do not rate this at
Okay.
the second. I don't.
Okay,
All
then
right.
let's just time skip.
So
forward then.
let's do like I Dream a Genie, and it's 6 a.m.
Yep. Works for me.
Azurix and Ruckus will need to be rousted.
I'm gonna reach down and grab a big stick and walk over to where Ruckus is sleeping and poke him until he wakes up.
Hold on. If I want to try to grab the stick she's poking me with,
Athletics.
would I be...
It's an athletics.
Athletics.
Well, I was gonna say dexterity or perception because I'm asleep, but I can go athletics.
It would be an athletics check, because the thing is she's going to try to poke you, and it's probably going to get close enough to you, which means it would be an athletic move to take it. Damn, he snatched that stick right out your hand.
I'll turn my sleepy head towards her and say, "Has no one ever told you not to poke the sleeping bear?"
I thought the bear was Smog. Maybe that's a different thing.
Right? And I'm gonna look at you and be like, well, you know what? I don't care. Because I was not touching you with my hand.
She's definitely not touching you.
I'm not touching you. I'll play Defiant Toddler. It's okay.
Snap
We can
the
do
stick
this.
and get my ass up.
I'm gonna go to Azurix and tug on his tail and try to. Hey, this is Faenala. I'm touching your tail. Get up! Get up!
Wait a minute.
I've lost control. Oh my
Did you have it
god.
in the first place?
Before he
Jesus
touches
Christ.
my
All right,
tail-
what are we doing, Smog?
Before he touches my tail, I slap his hand.
So Azurix pivots and swats away Magnus's hand.
Damn, Godzilla! What the hell? I'm just trying to wake you up, man.
I'm awake.
We gotta get on the road. Damn, it hurt. Oh, fucking 18 on the strength. Jesus Christ.
20 on the strength, actually.
All right. So everybody's starting to wake up. You can smell the breakfast that's being cooked over the fire. You can see that people are still walking around. They are far from at ease. Everyone is on edge, and each of them is showing it in a different method or a different way, right? Some people are really quiet and really secluded and just keeping to themselves. Others are trying to find ways to ingratiate themselves to people that are a part of the caravan and just stick with a group and have safety in numbers. Obviously, you know, there have been some interactions between the characters, and there is those festering wounds that still exist across all of the characters, and they all have different functions and different outcomes on what they're trying to get. Don comes back out, and he kind of just rings a bell and basically tells everybody that we need to start going and that we need to get loaded. So now the camp is starting to break, right? The tents and things like that were already there. Think of this like a KOA campground, right? You show up and they have pretty much everything there. Just bring your own wagons, right? So everybody is starting to pile into all of the caravans. Things are starting to get ready to go, and you guys are getting ready to move. Before we pull chocks and head out from this, is there anything else that we need to do before we depart on what we would consider to be day 2 of travel? Negative? Hearing nothing?
This is good.
All right.
I think we're good.
So as the caravan departs from the campsite, it's early morning. The landscape is obviously initially familiar. You guys have been here. You've been seeing what's going on here. The path is bordered by dense woodlands on either side, tall trees, ancient, right? Skyscraper type trees. Their canopies creating a tapestry of dappled light, the shadows on the ground below. The air is crisp and cool. It's not hot. It's not cold. It's just cool. It's very crisp, right? You can kind of see your breath a little bit. Carrying the fresh scent of pine and earth. There is a bit of smoke that you can smell from like campfires. Obviously, the campfire that you were at, you saw last night that you weren't the only one. You could see lights off in a distance that looked like there was other things. You could hear other sounds from other caravans and other pieces that were going on. Hang on, let me make sure that's not my wife. It is my wife. Okay. As you journey on, obviously, the road winds through a forest, occasionally opening up to reveal small sunlit clearings. There's a ton of wildflowers that bloom with vibrant patches of color, yellows, purples, and blues. Faenala. This may be something that you want to go out there and roll around in and put your scent on. Birds flit among the branches, their songs creating a serene soundtrack. It's quiet. In fact, the only thing you hear are the creaks and the structure of the wood from the caravans under the weight of the things that are going on them, going over the bumps and the rocks and the birds. There is not a whole lot going on. You can spot small streams trickling over moss-covered rocks, providing brief moments of tranquility and refreshment. Are we having any conversations amongst the group, or are we on edge and trying to figure out and make sure that everything is what it's supposed to be?
I'd say probably heightened senses at the moment. Nervous to start out today because of what happened yesterday.
Question out of character. Do I have 3 minutes to run downstairs? Will I miss anything important?
3 minutes?
Yeah.
Yeah, you can go downstairs. You're going to miss my amazing fucking writing here, but fuck you.
I'll maybe watch the VOD.
I doubt it. Look, he's pooping. Right now. Literally pooping. Fuckwad. Alright. This continues for the better part of the early morning. The road, obviously, as you go farther and farther along, begins to widen. As midday approaches, you find that the forest begins to thin and the road becomes wider, and all of a sudden there is a bit more traffic along the road. You see more comings and goings from people on horses, people on foot, other caravans that are coming through and going past you. The trees are giving way to rolling hills and covered in tall grasses and wildflowers swaying in a gentle breeze. The sky is opening up, and what was once a dark structure, the sun is now overhead, and you are getting a vast expanse of blue with a few wisps of white clouds drifting lazily across it. The sound of the birds is replaced by the rustling of wind through the grass and the distant hum of insects. The atmosphere of the caravan is starting to get more lively. The little kids are no longer sitting in the caravan. Now they're out and they're running around and they're poking each other at sticks and they're talking about the Dragonborn and the half-orc that are part of the caravan because they haven't seen them before. To them, it's new. So they are looking and talking about Ruckus and looking and talking about Azurix, and they're definitely not close, but they are definitely making a point of doing what little kids do when they see something that's new to them, right? It's like a booger on somebody's nose. You just look at it.
Sort of staring us down.
Yeah, because you're different. You're unique. You're talking about halflings and, for the most part, halflings, humans, right? Some gnomes, people that have not seen a dragonborn because they live so far away from them that they're just not normal. It's kind of like, I would put it like it's like when you go to the zoo and you see a lion. It's something that's so unique, right? Because you're not accustomed to seeing it.
Yeah.
As you're going through and getting further and further along, you'll start noticing that the merchants who are a part of the caravan are now starting to talk about the things that they're going to sell and their prospects and the Skyrift Tournament. Children traveling with their families, obviously, like I said, are playing games now. They're laughing. They're doing all of these things. But the party, you can also hear the clinging of pots and pans and the occasional mule that's getting a little worked up over something. Nothing that I would consider to be unnerving, but definitely puts you on a little bit of an edge for that piece. So there's that. And then obviously the general hum of activity as everyone looks forward to reaching their destiny. Now we're late afternoon. During your late afternoon opportunity here, you're getting closer and closer to Pickingham. The landscape's starting to change again. The rolling hills become more pronounced and the roads start to climb gently. The grasslands are interspersed in the patches of cultivated farmland and crops neatly arranged in the rows and stretching outward towards the horizon. Here and there's a small farmhouse, a barn, something that dots the landscape, smoke curling up from the chimneys and adding that homely touch to the scene as if it's a Thomas Kincaid painting. In the distance, you can see the spires and the rooftops of Pickingham. They're starting to come into view, not to the point where you're in the town, but you can see the town. You can see the silhouettes of the buildings in the afternoon against the sky. Kind of gives you this painting type thing, right? Now, the town is nestled in a valley surrounded by protective hills that gives a sense of seclusion and safety. The closer the caravan gets, the more they can see the bustling activity in and around town. Wagons and carts moving along the roads, banners fluttering in the breeze, and obviously distant sounds of music, merriment, all kinds of other things. So as you get closer and closer and closer, all of a sudden there's a large humanoid figure in full plate mail standing on the cart path. It's huge. Like Azurix's size.
Huge.
Trust me. This person's got a commanding presence. It's
Is he in the way of the caravan going forward?
yes, but not. It's not inherently a problem now. He is standing in the road. Let's call it 500 yards, 600 yards in front of you.
Okay.
Does that make sense? But you can see this dude. And you can see from 500 yards out that this is not some little man.
Okay.
Is it a man in plate armor?
He is in plate armor.
Shit, this is. I didn't make it back, and I'm doing my thing. Damn.
What's your thing?
Sending stone.
Oh, it'll be okay. Do you want me to pause here for a second?
No, it doesn't have the same effect now that we've met him. So.
No, you have not met him.
No, but like seen him. You know what I mean?
He's
Yeah.
500. He's 500 yards down the road.
Yeah, it doesn't have the same in-character effect. We're good. We're good. Trust me.
Okay.
It's fine.
Okay. All right.
So,
So as the caravan is going, all of a sudden this plated figure turns and makes a beeline towards the caravan. And he is at breakneck speed. Full speed, covering ground. As that gap is closing and closing and closing, a group of bandits runs out. Before any of you can even do anything with the bandits, he has killed 2 of them and has launched a lightning bolt at the 3rd one and knocked that one down, and the rest of them disperse. And he kind of does the Johnny Bravo thing when it's all done. And now you guys are close. And you can see this dude. And what you see is a blue dragonborn in full blue plate mail, adorned with silver or gray adornments, and he is huge. And he looks at the orc, and he looks at the dragonborn, and he looks at you guys, and he goes, "Thought you might use a little help."
much appreciated.
Let me get back over to
Turning my
World
head.
Amble so everybody can see this, because it's all theater of the mind right now. I didn't switch. That's my fault. What if you're colorblind? Is he still blue? Yes.
Half turning my head towards Azurix. I'm like, I'm not saying you all know each other. I'm just asking if you know him.
Did it 404 for you guys?
I don't have mine up
Waiting.
at the moment.
Fresh.
I didn't click on the private earlier. I guess I forgot.
Nope, it didn't 404. I got it.
Yeah, I got it.
I'm good. I got it.
Yeah, there
Okay.
now.
So just a refresher for anybody who wasn't here before, this man has been protecting caravans. There have been rumors of it that he just comes through and he's a savage about it, and then he leaves. So on that note, he notices that one of the bandits is still a little squirmish. And he walks over and he takes out his greatsword and he shoves it right down into the bandit's face. And he puts his boot down on its head, pulls it back out, and he stops and he looks at you guys and he goes, "Sorry, I was a little sloppy on that one."
I don't like this guy.
So he looks at you and he looks at Azurix and he goes, "My name is Azrael. Azrael Thunderbrand. I've been out here defending these caravans for 3 weeks. They just keep coming. It's going to continue to be a problem until this is gone. You guys stay safe on your trip the rest of the way."
Well met, Azrael. I'm a Zerk Scale Shard. very
Azurix
much.
Scale Shard. Huh. That name has echoes for me, but I don't know why.
You probably know about my clan.
Maybe that's it. And he's just kind of puzzled now, right? Now he's trying to put a face to a name, so to speak. He clearly can't figure it out, though. It's like when someone says someone's name and you're pretty sure you've heard it before, but you don't know where or why. That's where he's at.
I look at him and I say, the Shard Claw incident with the broken fang.
And his eyes light up. And he looks at you and he goes, I'm sorry for your family, my brother.
Thank you, friend.
He looks at the half-orc and he looks at you and he goes, it's odd company you keep, Azurix.
He's not one of them. He's good being.
Hang on, I'm apparently being summoned here.
You're not the only one.
Yeah, mine was just in here a few seconds ago.
No.
Rammy monster.
Well, Amy's gone. So it's just her and I, and she always feels like she's not getting enough attention right now. All right, you ready to get down?
Nope.
You ready to get down?
We can stay here. We have to stay here.
I stopped by a friend's house after work real quick just to help them hang something up. And
Uh-huh.
I'm walking up to their apartment door. There's a lady walking her dog, and the dog sees me, and is a bulldog, mind you, and refuses to go walking with her any further. It's like she is dragging, and the dog is not moving. And as I get closer to finally start talking, I'm like, she's a stubborn one, huh? She goes, yes. And you go, would help if I pet her? She goes, yes. So I stopped and I pet the dog, and the dog does a little happy dance and then continues on his way.
That's
like, the
hilarious.
dog had to get attention before it would proceed with this walk.
All right. So Azrael has introduced himself. He has connected Azurix's name. Anybody else want to say anything right now before we keep going?
I'll pop my head out of the back. Say, what's the hold up, lads?
He looks around the corner and he goes, you travel with food?
Haven't told him that yet. Oh, wait. It gets better, Azrael. Hold on a second.
He kind of
Hey,
just
Faye.
turns his head a little bit, you know, like how the dogs do that.
I open the door and jump out and go, yes, Azurix.
And he just kind of like, now you see him go like, you know, bop his head back like, oh my God. Like a shock would be the word.
Hey, this is Azrael.
Ooh, Azrael, do you have a tail? Azurix
No.
has a tail. I like to touch
Don't.
his tail.
Don't.
No, he does not have a tail.
Dang it. Well, that's sad. But that's okay. Azurix has a tail, and I can just touch his
Don't.
tail anytime I want.
My name is Serge.
My name is Serge. What's going on? You're seeing 404? Oh, that was earlier.
Regarding
Yeah, I fixed that. So he looks at you all, and he looks at the caravan, and he goes, it looks like you made it through pretty unscathed.
Actually, we lost one member to a creature I'd never seen before.
I've heard of creatures around here that are just different.
Yes.
Serge, thanks for the sub, dude.
That is the exact way to say the creature. And so I explained the embrace to Azrael.
Okay. He looks at you and he goes, I've heard of people dying from a creature that hugs them, but I've never known anyone who actually encountered it.
I encountered it, and it took me too long to kill it. So it got one of the members.
Yeah, that's is that Fire Halo? Yeah.
Yeah, it's Fire Halo. Jeffa was just chasing him.
That's funny.
Oh God, Jeff's gonna die.
So
Continue.
he looks back at Azurix and he says, sometimes there's only so much you can do.
Yeah, so I was told.
He goes, these people, they're still alive. It could have been way worse. Look at those kids running around playing like it doesn't matter right now. Imagine if one of them or one of their parents had died. Their lives would be totally different. You all saved them. So you're headed to Pickingham for the tournament?
Yes.
Well, if you're headed to the tournament and you've got tickets, let's try and connect while you're there.
Sounds like a plan.
He looks at Ruckus and he goes, do you even talk?
When necessary.
Well, it does speak.
Smog, pull your ships.
I'm pulling them.
He looks at Faenala and he goes, Druids, just a whole different breed. And then he looks at Magnus and he goes, later lunch.
Later, Papa Smurf.
And so he kind of goes back and just stands in the road. He's got his great sword out in front of him, and he's just kind of leaned on it like a statue.
He's an interesting one.
All right. So now it's mid to late afternoon, right? We've traveled the whole day. We are getting to the point where we are really reaching the outskirts of Pickingham. The roads are lined with stalls, vendors, everyone. They're just trying to catch people's eyes and do business as travelers come in and out. Think of this almost as if it were some sort of auction or swap meet, right? That have kind of merged together. You've got people talking about buy this or get that or best price in town or, you know, don't be fooled by the prices in town. I've got better prices, right? The whole 9 yards. The town itself is a vibrant mix of all kinds of different things. There's wooden structures. They're adorned in different colors, banners and flags. Everybody is flying different team flags and all the pieces that go with it. The streets are crowded. Like, you guys thought that Riverleaf was packed. Pickingham is bursting at the seams. Think Times Square in New York City. It is just people everywhere. The air is obviously filled with the sense of meat. That makes the Azurix happy. You smell fresh bread, the sweet aroma of blooming flowers with many of the gardens and the window boxes that are happening. You have musicians, bards playing a bunch of different tunes. And so that's kind of where we're at. So now the question becomes is what do you as the party want to do here?
First thing, I'll look to Azurix and I say, this place is a madhouse. I think you're going to get your wish. We are most definitely sleeping outside tonight.
Yes.
So I'm going to... does this not have a picture? Did I not do one? Nope, I did not. Interesting. Give me 1 second. I thought I did, and I guess I didn't. I'm trying to figure out what happened, because I have them for everything else except for that. Nope, I did not. Give me 1 second. If you guys want to role play the entry here, that'd be cool.
Just slowly melting over here.
Kisses for night,
Night, buddy.
Should only take me a minute or two. If it works right, it'll be done the first time, and I'll be ready to go.
If.
Well, the question is what does ChatGPT or DALL-E give me when it decides to utilize it? Yeah, see, like that right there is not going to fucking work. It literally started writing words and telling me what each of the places was on it. Oh, I think I fucked this up when I did this. I'll have to wait till this one's done. All right, let me share this with you because this is kind of not working out as well as I had hoped. Edit settlements. Let me just make sure it's visible. It is public. Show players.
I'm on camera. Just so you- I know, I'm
There
just
we
letting you
go.
know.
I'll take that for now. Where's the image? There it is. You guys should be able to see that now. Yeah?
Yep.
I do not have it on mine yet.
I'm having to manually refresh tonight.
Yeah, me too. Just so you know.
Okay.
Oh, it went through that time. I just got it. Because I made a change to it. Alright. Oh, it would help if I didn't have those things as bolded. Oh, man. I just noticed that I left the double friggin' dots in there instead of the bolds. I thought I edited it, but I guess I didn't. So, all right. So we're in. What is it that you guys want to do? Obviously, there are multiple buildings here. Are you going to try to head towards...
What time of day is it again?
It is... what are we going to call this? Late afternoon, early evening? It's dinner time.
Food. Definitely food.
So we're headed to the Hallowed Wizard then? Is that what I'm hearing?
Yeah, that works.
Okay. All right. Does this thing work right now? Yep, there we go. All right, that's cleaned up. And then let me get on this one here. I'll make sure that I have this unlocked. Edit. Public. Okay. And that one should be coming through riggedy now. Okay, let me get to the right roll 20 instance. I'm a little out of practice. Holy Moses. I don't want to use that one. How about this one? Yeah, we can use that one. There we go. All right. Yeah, I'm trying.
No,
Shut up.
I'm like closing windows that should not be getting closed and everything else. I keep clicking the wrong shit. I closed World Anvil. I closed D&D Beyond.
I've done that. All right. We are going to drop in on the inn. You guys should have the inn available to you, or did it show up yet or not?
Yep, it showed up.
Okay. Because it did not show up for me. Oh, there it goes. Yep. No picture on that one either. I'm fucking slacking, apparently. All right. Inside of the inn is this nice lady right here.
Hey, you should get rid of the line at the end that says, "I hope this narrative sets the right tone for your players. Let me know if there's any."
Oh yeah,
you'd like
that's a copy that ain't supposed to be there. That's for sure. Usually I drop all of that out first. This was the day that I was fucking like out of my gourd doing these. All right. Inside of there is Brina. You guys should be seeing her come up any second now. This nice lady, Rahur.
Brina?
Bam.
So, before we walk inside, as we're walking to the, I say it was the inn that we were going for the food?
That is the inn.
Or
That
was
has
it a
the
tavern?
food.
Ruckus is gonna stick his hand down in his pocket and
He's sticking
grab
his
one of the
hand in
stones
his pants.
and grabbing one of his stones. And he's gonna concentrate on the thought of greater dangers on the road, threat not isolated to Riverleaf.
You're gonna send me that in a note?
Yep.
Thank you. Was that 25 words or less?
Yes, it falls short of by a lot, so we're good.
It sounds like it's about 14 or 15 words.
Yeah.
That's perfect, though. That works. Okay. What I don't understand is why I'm not getting the daylight settings that I thought I gave you on this, and it's not working right, which is pissing me off. Hang on. It's dark now, right?
Yep.
Uh-huh.
How about now?
There we go.
So I have to enable legacy lighting and then enable the lighting to turn it back on again.
Oh, wow. Oh, now it's got shadows again.
Yeah, because you're not inside the building.
Okay.
But outside, you can see everything.
Yeah, I could before you did that.
Okay.
Are you going in first, Ruckus? Do you want me to?
Food in there. I got this.
Food in there.
The only
Okay.
building he'll walk into willingly.
Right?
Okay. Hang on, give me a second. I'm going to get a different... There we go. I'll take that one right there. Here is your proprietor here.
Okay.
Is there any open tables?
There are people all over the place. Let me do what I normally do when we get to these things. I was a little taken aback by the fact that I didn't have pictures on this stuff. Now I got to go through and look at all the shit that I created on Sunday when I was fucking dog-ass tired. And see how many more of these I didn't fucking do. So, in the heart of the Arcane Quarter, where the air crackles with magic, and the streets hum with whispered incantation, lies the Hallowed Wizard, a haven for those seeking respite from the rigors of the arcane arts. As you approach, the sound of softly blowing chimes welcomes you, each note a promise of warmth and comfort within. The building is a sprawling single-story structure crafted with rich, dark wood that gleams even in the dimmest light. I lost my spot. There it is. A small fenced yard surrounds the tavern, offered a touch of nature amidst the urban sprawl. The scent of blooming flowers and the faint rustle of leaves provided a tranquil counterpoint. The owner is Brina Fiddlefen. They have octopus stew with crowberry, venison sandwich with wine-drenched apples and a tankard of bitters, and fruit soup with hash browns is what it says on the joint. There are a fuck ton of people in this There's this space.
What was the biggest pile of meat they have?
Venison sandwich, probably. Or octopus if you want stuff from the sea. Because you're not going to eat no fruit soup.
No, I'm definitely not eating a fruit soup.
He wants that fruit cup.
I want fruit soup.
Venison sandwich.
Okay, so you walk up there. Oh, I have the wrong fucking model out there. Give me a second. It's fine. I've done this before.
No, it's your first day. It's okay.
And
We
just
forgive
like
you.
that, she disappeared. I'm just kidding.
Right? And now she grew a beard.
Yeah, I'll take that. That'll work. It looks more like a dude, but you know, it kind of fits. Okay.
Looks like Jack from Jack and Daxter.
It looks like who
Good day,
from
my
what and
lady.
who?
He looks like Jack from Jack and Daxter.
I've never heard of that.
It's a video game.
Oh,
An
I've
old
never heard of that.
Yep.
PlayStation exclusive.
Oh, that's probably why. I don't play a lot on my PlayStation.
Good evening, my lady.
So she's kind of cleaning the counter. And all of a sudden she like looks up. And then keeps looking up. And then keep looking up. And then kind of gets to the top of Azurix and just kind of backpedals a little bit. And just looks at him.
Apologies. I did not mean to startle you.
Oh, it's okay, hun. I understand that you're wow, you're tall. So she stops for a second and she looks around and she grabs like a step stool and she steps up on it and she looks at it and she goes, still not tall enough. All right, I guess this will have to do.
As you can see, I have a party over here. We're gonna ask for a lot of food.
Well, you
Do you
came in
have
here
enough
with a rabble arousing. It's already kind of popping, and sure enough, you come in here and you bring in 4 more people. Look at me, banner day. So you want lots of food, do you?
Oh yes.
Well, I don't have any rooms. I have 1 room saved. I had a friend of mine from the Riverleaf tell me that there was a party coming out here and that I should save a room for them. And that's the only room I've got left. So unfortunately, unless you're them, I don't got anything for you.
May I ask who your friend was?
My friend's name is D.
I believe that she told you the person's name would be Ruckus.
No, she gave me, how do I say this? Faenala?
Faenala.
Faenala? That doesn't seem right. But you'd know, you travel with this person. So where is this Faenala person?
Hey.
I'm coming.
So now
What
she
she
turns
need?
and she sees Faenala and she goes, a druid. That makes sense.
Whatever the big grasshopper says I did, I didn't.
Well, are you Faenala?
Well, yes.
Well, D told me to save you a room.
Ooh, that'd be nice. I don't want to sleep outside. There's
Well, I wouldn't want to sleep outside right now either. There are way too many pickpockets here.
Thanks, mister.
yeah, we don't need to do that again. That another one might not be.
I got fucking dude, he hit me with the thanks, mister. I totally wasn't ready for it. Okay, so what was the last thing that I fucking said now?
You held a
Pickpockets,
room
don't
for
wanna sleep
Faenala.
outside.
Pickpockets don't want to sleep outside.
Ah, yeah. Don't want to sleep outside. There's pickpockets, all right? Okay. Told you about the room. Told you probably don't want to sleep outside because of the pickpockets. Oh, you guys are looking for food. The big guy said you guys were looking for lots of food. What are you looking for?
I'd like 5 of your venison sandwiches and 5 of your squid.
Holy smokes. All right, sir.
I just want fruit soup, please.
Okay.
I'll shout from the table, 1 venison, please.
He said I'm shouting from the table, 1 venison from way back there. Yeah, okay.
2 venison here.
Okay. Those are 5 silver apiece, so you guys just make sure you deduct the silvers from your bill here. She's going to run off and she's going to go get the food. Are you guys all going to sit down at the same table?
Yes.
Okay.
I don't know. Is there room for enough all that food at this table?
Probably not.
Sure. Half of it will be gone by the time it comes to the table.
Okay. Give me 1 second. Nope, wrong character. This one. Okay. Where's my roll 20? There it is.
Just a heads up, yeah, I've got maybe 10 minutes left in me. We're in a heat wave and it's 90 plus in my room right now.
Okay.
It's a little much sitting in front of this computer right now.
Okay.
Yeah, it's fucking... Holy shit. It was like 97 here today.
Okay, so do we want to tie this off here and come back to it?
If you're okay with that.
I mean, at this point, it's building. So,
I mean, it seems like it's as decent spot of any.
Yeah, I agree.
okay.
We're only gonna get.
So let me do one last piece before I finish here.
Yeah.
So at the table next to you, there's an elderly gnome, and she leans back, and she says. She says to Azurix, everyone's talking about you.
About me?
Yeah, you.
Why me?
So she stands up and she walks over. And you notice she's not looking at you, but she's talking to you. And she's not really... Her eyes don't actually move. And she says, people around these parts have never seen a dragonborn, let alone seeing two of you. And a dragonborn in a company with a half-orc? Those are lotto ticket things. She goes, your friend to my left. She's got flowers in her hair. I can smell them. They're fresh. Did you pick those along the way?
Of course I did. I always have to have my flowers.
And then she says, I smell a dwarf. But he's not talking.
We smell them too.
Don't smell that bad.
Oh, I'm sorry. Forgive me. My name is Jasmine Tallfellow. Yes, I know. My name is kind of an oxymoron. Also, I'm blind.
Figures. First person to recognize as a half-orc is blind.
Jasmine, why don't you have a seat? Come eat with us.
I would love that. So she pulls her little chair up from the table that's next to you guys, and she sits down. And from around the corner, you hear Brina come fumbling in with the food, kind of muttering, trying to carry all the plates and put everything down. She looks at it and she goes, Jasmine. And you see Jasmine just got like this little smirk, right? And she says, yes, Brina. And Brina says, now you don't go filling these people's heads with your stories, you hear me? And Jasmine looks at her and she goes, okay. And so as she's walking away, she taps you on the shoulder and she goes, she's one of the most feared warriors in the land. She'll tell you all kinds of stories, and they're all true. And she's been blind since she was a child and fought that way. And she walks off. And Jasmine, she leans over to you and she goes, everything she told you's totally true. And she hears Faenala giggle a little bit and she goes, I am kind of a badass. And we'll call it there.
Cool.
I've been waiting to do this character. I was going to do it last time and I didn't get to do it because everything kind of fucked off. But she's a blind warrior.
That's cool.
All right. So that's going to do it for me tonight. Ballroom Blitz incoming. No. All right. So that's going to do it for me tonight. We lost a character. First character that we've lost in any of the stuff that I've been doing was tonight. I was telling Cookie I actually had intended on going farther along with her and building the relationship a little bit more with her. But I felt like this was a great opportunity for me to force some of these other pieces. And so the idea behind that was to drive all of those and push all those out. So that was a way for me to do that. We are now in Pickingham. Pickingham is happening right now. Imagine the Super Bowl. That's what we're going to start working towards, all the pieces and parts that go with that. You have had the introduction of Azrael. His intentions and his understandings of what's going on, obviously, are going to get put out there. He knows Azurix, but Azurix doesn't know him. Should be interesting.
Mm-hmm.
All right. So that's going to do it for me. I want to thank you all for hanging out with me. I appreciate it. I know you guys got a ton of choices where you guys can spend your time. So thank you so much for spending your time with me. We're going to get out of here. We are going to go raid. Looks like Norgy's playing stuff, so let's go see him. I obviously can't thank my co-hosts even remotely enough. I want to thank Cookie, Wabbit, Shaggy, and Smog for the work that they put into their characters, the work that they put into this story. None of this would be possible without them. And we will go down that road. Cookie, I will get you your response in our next sequence then, that we can get that there. And then we will work out the rest of the pieces and the parts. There will be combat based dependent upon your decisions at this point, because we're in a town. Obviously, it's got to be a little more, this is really what we want to do versus I can just throw stuff at you. Because there may be cops now. Sugar Britches may be making a comeback. All right. We're going to go raid Norgy. Until tomorrow night, 6 p.m. Central. You guys be good to yourselves. Be good to one another. And I will see you guys then. You guys hear her barking?